Good morning everyone, the MMDA are back on the road. Right now they're issuing a ticket to this vehicle. It might even get towed away because there's no driver inside. You can see he's quite far from the sidewalk, plus he's partially on a pedestrian crossing. This is Santolan near Crame, so this can really cause traffic as everyone's going to work. And there is a sign up there that says no parking just behind the vehicle. The driver has just appeared now, so they're asking for the license so they can issue the ticket and then send him on his way. There's a member of the public here saying, hey, why are you issuing him a ticket? They're explaining it's an obstruction. He's saying, how about further along the road? That's always the way people say, oh, how about there, how about here, how about that place? They just stopped this motorcycle now. The back rider doesn't have a helmet. She has a coconut though. And further down the road, they're hooking the tow truck up to this vehicle. There's no driver. They do these operations early in the morning to clear the road so everyone going to work won't get stuck in traffic. And over here they've connected the tow bar to this truck. Again, there's no driver, so they'll tow it away to clear the road. Over here the sidewalk clearing team are working to open up this sidewalk. It was roped off and then turned into an area for a vendor. So they're taking all this down now, opening up. There's a lot of children that walk along this road, so it should really be open so that the kids can use the sidewalk instead of having to walk in the road. Sometimes people say, oh, the MMDA are still towing, they're still ticketing. Does that mean no one's listening, no one's following the rules, nothing's changing? No, there's big improvements. Like on Santolan, for example, you can see big improvements. But you're still going to get some illegal parking, you're still going to get some riding without helmet and without driver's license, without seatbelt and so on. You're never going to get perfection, but things are getting better, and that's the main thing. Since they've warned this vendor before, this time they'll be confiscating the stall, putting it on the back of the truck. Right now the team are on 2nd Street. This is no parking both sides, so right now they're looking at this vehicle and then also this vehicle over here parked directly below the sign. It says no parking both sides. There's still no driver, so in comes the tow truck now. They're just hooking up the tow cable now and it'll be gone in a matter of seconds. And of course it's not just cars, it's also things like this motorcycle on the sidewalk. You might remember this before. It's where the sidewalk clearing team destroyed like a huge step that was installed here. They also brought down a wall, basically opened it up so it's a regular sidewalk. It looks good actually. Further down the road is this huge truck parked partially on the sidewalk, partially on the road. Although it says police and it has the lights on top, it's a private plate, not a government plate, so not sure. Thanks. So you can see some people here from the barangay. You have the BPSO and other units to provide any support that the team might require. It's very good when the barangay come out to, you know, really take part in the operation to guide them. Hey, we have a problem here. This is what we've been trying and things like that. So close coordination is always the best solution. And you can see they're just hooking up the tow bar now. I spoke to one of the Cubao here. He said that because of the recent barangay elections, their enforcers, they have new ones and they're still waiting for their ticket book. So for now they're really relying on the MMDA, but once they get their ticket books they can start ticketing people themselves, although they don't have tow trucks. Here's a motorcycle. It has an excess rider, 3 people on it, and the guy in the middle doesn't have a helmet, so that's 2 violations. They're just writing out the ticket now, then they'll let these 2 go on, but the other guy will have to go down. You can't have 3 people on a motorcycle, and of course you have to wear a helmet. And here goes the truck now. If you look at this vehicle here, you can see it's obstructing the sidewalk. The silly thing is, if you just reverse back a bit, it would have been okay, wouldn't get a ticket. Over here they're issuing a ticket to this vehicle. You can see a sign right up there, no parking this side. Looks like the driver arrived just in time. It was going to get towed away, so he'll just get a ticket instead. Further down the road they're hooking a tow truck up to this white pickup. You can see it's completely obstructing the sidewalk and dipping just a tiny bit into the road. I guess the driver didn't appear in time and that's why they're going to tow it away. The driver has arrived now, but unfortunately the tow bar's already connected, so it's considered too late. This is unfortunately one of the downsides of owning a larger vehicle. It's very hard to find a parking space where you don't obstruct the sidewalk or you don't obstruct the road. If you look at this vehicle here, you can see it fits without any problem. Over here the team are looking at this Subaru. Again, it's parked on the side that says no parking this side. There's a sign just over there. So I think it's going to get towed away because no drivers come out to move it. Although I think you need a flatbed for Subaru. The driver appeared, but unfortunately the vehicle was already considered as impounded. So what they're going to do is let him drive behind the tow truck with a bar connected and take it straight to the impound area. You can see there's a sign right here, no parking this side. But there are vehicles parked, so you can see this blue one's being connected to the tow truck, ready to be taken away. And further on the road, one more tow truck connected to a car. If you look here, sidewalk, 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 and then boom, lots and lots of cars. all obstructing the sidewalk. The problem is, if you look here, the business have painted lines as if it's okay to park here, but in reality this is sidewalk, so all of these vehicles are subject to tickets or towing. You can see right now this family's walking in the road. Why? Because the sidewalk's obstructed by these vehicles. So that's a perfect example of the problem. Now some people see something like this and say, well, what am I meant to do as a building owner? Well, for a start you could remove this step here so that the vehicles can go further back, and then if needs be you can also adjust your wall. I know it sounds like a lot of work, but sidewalk is for pedestrians. It's not an extension of your private property. Another option would be, instead of parking like this, you park parallel. It gives you less space, but it means the sidewalk is unobstructed. Some of the drivers have already appeared, so they'll just issue tickets and then move them on. Aside from issuing tickets, they also explain to the driver why the ticket's being issued. Sometimes people complain, hey, you should talk less. But the thing is, if you don't educate at the same time, nothing changes. So that's why they also explain things thoroughly to the drivers. For those vehicles where a driver hasn't come out, they're hooking up tow bars to take them away. And here goes another towed vehicle. This red vehicle over here will go on the flatbed, and there you go, ready to be taken away. And here goes one more vehicle. And over here one more vehicle that they're about to tow away. They already connected the tow bar. And you can see it's now a nice clear sidewalk, although they should really remove those lines so it doesn't mislead people. If you look here, you can see these businesses are back over the sidewalk, over the road again. Around a week or two ago they were issued environmental tickets for extending over the sidewalk, extending into the road. I don't know whether they paid those tickets. It does prevent you from getting an MBI clearance, but for some people, if they don't need a clearance, they might not ever pay the ticket. That's why confiscation is sometimes the better option, because it's an immediate penalty. Over here they're looking at this vehicle. It's meant to be no parking both sides. No drivers available, so I think they're just waiting for the tow truck to come in and take it away. Here's an example of the problem. This vehicle can only just about fit through because this vehicle's parked here. So yeah, that's why it's going to be towed away. And here's the tow truck now ready to take it away. If you look inside the gate here, you can see some of the original red paint from the sidewalk. That's why the sidewalks are so narrow now, because everyone's extended forward, and in many places there's basically no sidewalk.